Me receiving letter of inheritance from a character I've never even met. Apparently, I'm playing Skyrim again. And by playing Skyrim, I obviously mean spending hours installing mods before I ever open the game. Foreplay with Todd. Do you ever think before you post? Yes, I think. Funny, and hit post. Best things to do in Mortal. 1. Cure vampirism. 2. Leave. When Gerald Balgruaf gives you a gift, but it doesn't match your playstyle. Have you seen Dragonborn? No. When you're patrolling the streets of Whiterun, and you see that a Vakine saving his game progress. Silence, main quest, is talking. Stormcloak sequels recess. Empire supporters. Skyrim under a unified empire stands a better chance at fighting the Tharma. Ulfric is more than willing to attack Whiterun despite its lack of support for either side. Tharma dossier, Ulfric Stormcloak. It is painfully obvious that the Tharma wished to prolong the civil war by fanning Ulfric's fervor for a billion. Oblivion remastered players. The Empire fell apart because Martin died as a virgin. Who the duck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. Damn elves. Tisk, men. Bulk berries, blueberries, heavy cream, salt. Elder Scrolls fans. Fallout fans. Bethesda Game Studios. After all, why not? Bethesda Game Studios. Why shouldn't I release it one more time? Imagine going to the gym with your Skyrim guardsman boyfriend, and he keeps thinking you're gone, cause you're doing squats. When the arrow you fired at the bandit misses, but it hits a Tharma patrol in the distance, it is acceptable. It's hard explaining to a non-Skyrim fan that the guy on the left beats the guy on the right in a street fight. Characters born under the Gator sign have a higher swim speed, but experience more hostile encounters with creatures and non-player characters. Dragonrend. Dragons. It's some form of mortality. Can't stand it. Luke and Valerius. I have the golden claw. Ha ha ha. There it is. Strange. It seems smaller than I remember. Funny thing. Sophie after making 3 septims in a day by selling flowers in the freezing cold. It ain't much, but it's honest work. And see if you're allowed in. Dark Brotherhood contract. Visitors tax. Right to jail right away. I'll think about it. You're allowed in. Free drinks at the B&Bob. Dinner with the Gerald. See cute head on the spot. Thane of Riften. When I'm in a recess competition and my opponent is a Stormcloaks. Absolutely nothing. She's paranoid and delusional. Delphine. Tamriel. When you want to test out a new weapon and you see a group of Tharma on the road, a blessing from the Lord. The Dusty Argonian Maid, The Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion, 2006. Delphine. The Greybeards are so afraid of power, they won't use it. Think about it. Greybeards with ethics. I'm too weak. Greybeards without ethics. Unlimited power. Lava Cake. Delphine. Esbern. We need information, not a lecture on art history. Esbern. The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of this butch. Skyrim propaganda. Rorikstad is not a Daedric cult. Rorikstad is not a Daedric cult. Rorikstad is not a Daedric cult. I'll never surrender. Then it's time to send your filthy Nordace to wherever you people go when you die. Rick. Songed sir. Talus be with you. The duck you just say butch. Nothing sir. When Septimus Cygnus asks me to harvest elf blood. Other video game puzzle. When I was 6, my sister was half my age. Now I'm 70. How old is my sister? Skyrim puzzle. Me eats a human heart to learn its alchemical properties. Everyone at the barbecue. Delphine. Right. Good thing they've already let you into their little cult. The Greybeards. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior Partisnax? Sanguine's quest in Oblivion. Go turn a bunch of people neek, or I don't know. Sanguine's quest in Skyrim. Dragonrend shout location. Esbern. This isn't Google. Dragonrend shout location Skyrim. No. I cannot teach it to you, because I do not know it. LMRO, imagine not knowing Dragonrend. Where's the money, Rallis? Where's the money, Rallis? I want that money, Rallis. Where's the ducking money, Shuthead? It's down there somewhere. Let me hire some more diggers. When grandma gives you dirt on your mother, and you use it the next time she nags at you. Angie, where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to? Skyrim propaganda. The College of Winterhold is not responsible for the Great Collapse. They are, however, responsible for Corey's shutty attitude. Angie, they have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Is it possible to learn Dragonrend? Not from the Greybeards. Angie, realizing the Dragonborn just quick saved. Angie, no, of course not. Forgive me, Dragonborn. I have been intemperate with you. Banning KGites from the cities, because they are criminals that sell lockpicks and darts. Nobody bats an eye. Banning Windhelm's Argonian from the city, because they are criminals that steal Kargas and Argadbeak shines, that buy skooma from Suveris, and everyone loses their mind. Esbern, look, here, in the third panel. The prophecy that brought the Akiviri to Tamriel in the first place, in search of the Dragonborn. The third panel. 50% off of lap dances at the Argonian Tavern. Delphine, trust me, there's no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened to the Greybeards? Tiber Septim conquering all of Nirn, because he listened to the Greybeards. We got this person Dragonborn, and they are going to solve all of Skyrim's problems. Delphine, you mean they used a shout to defeat Alduin? You're sure? Esbern, did I stutter? The battle music. The enemy in question. Angie, but heed my warning. The Blades may say they serve the Dragonborn, but they do not. They never have. Dragonborn to the Blades after downloading Parthunax's Dilemma mod. Boyu shuts. Delphine, it's a better hideout than we could have hoped for. Talus guard you. Meanwhile, the vampires of Redwater Den. We have the best hideout. What it looks like. What it feels like. Nords when they visit Bruma and see the hero statue is a KGite. Do you know Dawi? Angie, the path to Parthunax lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way. Disman no Dawi. I'm not wearing a costume. I'm here to take your Sue. Holy shit, crossbows. Never mind Todd, we are good. Skyrim. 15 minutes into gameplay. Skyrim propaganda. Bears will only attack if they are provoked. However, what no one tells you is that they are always provoked, no matter what. You gotta do the cooking by the book, Nereva. You know you can't be lazy. This town needed a Domino's. Are you planning on playing Skyrim today, sir? I'll have, Stealth Archer. How original. Who also uses Restoration. Daring today, aren't we? Reality. Unemployed. LinkedIn. Informant. Manager of a small-scale charity. Herself. Personal trainer. Hide and seek expert. Urban living specialist. Good at being homeless. Esbern. Yes. Let's see what we have. Look, here is Alduin. Dragonborn. Where? Dragons. Elves. Humans. Beast folk. Everybody lived under the dragon cult. Until the human rebels attacked. Here, the humans rebel against their dragon overlords. The legendary Dragon War. Alduin's defeat is the centerpiece of the war. And I believe the Dragonborn can save us all. The absolute worst Skyrim challenge. Pure Argonian. So you are a lizard with a dragon's claws, breath and hide, and for some reason you call this the Argonian. Delphine asks player to kill Parthunax, and I took that personally. This one is looking for an old man named Esbern. Why do you want her to rob a manor? You're a thief. That's incredibly recess. Funny accent man. Brian Jalf. Wait a moment. You're not talking about Golden Glow, are you? Even our little Vex couldn't get in. Angie, yes. For matters of such gravity, we need to know where you stand. Or who you stand with. Dragonborn, Greybeards, and Parthunax. The Blades. The Tharma Patrol getting attacked by a giant. The Dragonborn. Nobody calls you but me. Anji, Master Renath reminded me of my duty. The decision whether or not to help you is not mine to make. Dragonborn, so KGite will finally speak to the manager. Anji, the Blades. Of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bounds. The Blades. Oh, what does this button do? POV, you're the Dragonborn's new follower, and he immediately starts both ears calling. Delphine, if they had their way, you'd do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them, and talk to the sky, or whatever it is they do. What people think the Greybeards are doing. Old man yells at Cloud. What the Greybeards are actually doing. Sundus, 17th of last seed, year 201, 4th era, Riverwood discovered. Delphine, that's done it. Look, it's coming to life. You did it. There's the entrance. Everyone in the comments, photography. Anji, would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades, to be used for their own purposes? Dragonborn, who just came for a shout. Anji, what the hell are you talking about? Enough. Anji, Raklos Devakii, Strundal, Rockfentin Vak Parthurnax. The Dragonborn not understanding what he said, but still excited, because he mentioned Parthurnax. Esbern, yes, of course. We'll have more time to look around later, I suppose. Let's see what's up ahead. Dragonborn, who's really into architecture and art, but this one wanted to hear about a Kiviri art history. My spouse watching as a divorce mod is added to the game files. Talking to the gods, after I slaughter every orc in the city. No need to thank me. Images you can hear. When you're playing D&D and two players are discussing the rules, Anji, only Parthurnax, the leader of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses. Esbern, here are the Akiviri, the Blades. You see their distinctive long swords. Now they kneel, their ancient mission fulfilled, as the last Dragonborn contends with Alduin at the end of time. Me, the player, playing a 13-year-old game for the 100th time. Dude. Spoilers. Anji, when you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In a sense, you become the shout. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself. Dragonborn. I just told you I've already bought it, Anji. You don't need to sell it to me. You became an Imperial because you like the Empire. I became an Imperial because I dislike the Stormcloaks. We are not the same. Esbern, you see, here he is falling from the sky. The Nordtongues, masters of the voice, are arrayed against him. Dragonborn, superhero landing. You know that's really hard on your knees. When I use animal allegiance on a wild bear instead of fighting it. Anji, only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Parthurnax, the Dragonborn. I've killed hundreds of dragons. Also the Dragonborn. I need a shout to get past Coldwind. Anji, their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout. The tongues. Anger, hatred, anger, hatred, anger, hatred, anger. Dragonrend. Me who just stole back the golden claw from Lucan, stole every potion and piece of food from his shelves, and married his sister. Lucan giving me 750 gold and a deep thanks. Hey Thane, I've been thinking. I deserve Ray. How many times does this one have to ask you to stop bending down to speak to her? KGite finds it offensive. Delphine, have you ever heard of such a thing? A shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky? Dragonborn looking around for the secret Alduin killing shout he already had. Skyrim propaganda. Merrick could have defeated Alduin if he wanted to. He was just really busy. He had a doctor appointment that day and he had to go to bank and buy groceries. Esbern. Oh, yes. Presumably something rather specific to dragons, or even Alduin himself. The Dragonborn looking through their shouts list not finding any anti-Alduin shout. Esbern, there's no telling what we might find inside. The Dragonborn, after realizing Esbern isn't even sure if Alduin's wall is there. Skyrim propaganda. If a Riftengard tells you they're watching you, it's either a treat or a very weird flirting attempt. Delphine, you're probably right. I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in all this, but it seems we have no choice. The Greybeards. You must be truly desperate to ask me for help. Delphine, you're probably right. I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in all this, but it seems we have no choice. The Greybeards. You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me. Greybeards. Lock. That core. Every guard in Skyrim. I need to ask you to stop making people nervous. Anji, it was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. The cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. No schema for you. Anji, it was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. The Dragonborn having flashbacks to the child Draugr in full haste. Skyrim propaganda. The giant the companion Slay did nothing wrong. The Silver Hand. Anji, it is called Dragonrend, but its words of power are unknown to us. Dragonborn. The sacred texts. Skyrim propaganda. The Vigilant were slaughtered because they got too close to uncovering the Rorikstead cult. The vampires were just a distraction. The rabbit hole goes deeper, so deep that bulk reach feels like the surface. Skyrim propaganda. Nazim is restricted from entering the Cloud District under threat of doubt. She's got a point, Thane. You, on the other hand, are the worst kind of slug, a low-born worm without the dignity to respect your betters and the brains to recognize them. Hello party snacks from Skyrim. Hello party snacks from Star Wars and not what I'm called. Not what I'm called. Delphine. So, does it show how they defeated him? Isn't that why we're here? Esbern and the Dragonborn. Patience you must learn. Anji, no, not now. Not until you return to the path of wisdom. The Dragonborn contemplating quick saving, but remembering how quickly they clowned him in the last anger-induced quick save. I think I'm going to kill Delphine next time I see her. Me. Role-playing a hero with a decent moral compass. Necromancy. Esbern. Fascinating. Original Akiviri bas-reliefs, almost entirely intact. Amazing. You can see how the Akiviri craftsmen were beginning to embrace the more flowing Nordic style. Dragonborn. Mert. Esbern. This panel goes back to the beginning of time, when Alduin and the dragon cult ruled over Skyrim. Alduin's Wall. Esbern. Remember, this is where they recorded all they knew of Alduin and his return. Delphine. And there are the villains, those that misused their power. There's always a choice, and there's always a risk. But if you live in fear of what might go wrong, you'll end up doing nothing. Like the Greybeards up on their mountain. Delphine, you are not a villain. You are just guiding the Dragonborn, not telling them what to do. Everyone in Tamriel, bullshit. Delphine, only if you don't know how to use it. All the great heroes have had to learn to use their power. The Greybeards. With great power comes great responsibility. Anji, he is our leader. He surpasses us all in his mastery of the way of the voice. You know, I'm something of a Thuum master myself. The Dragonborn fighting the world beater, Mirak, the god of trials, etc. The Dragonborn fighting a random giant. We should be preparing for the Second Great War. Tullius maybe. These Tharma sure know how to throw a party. The Tharma are still biding their time. We have to act before it's too late. Business with them sure is profitable too. Quit having fun. By the 8, I hope the ambassador hosts us again soon. Esbern. Shizbones. Here it is. Alduin's Wall. So well preserved. I've never seen a finer example of early second era Akiviri sculptural relief. KG8 offers you freedom and a bottle. Small price, yes. Do you like this one's hat? Corusera thinks that you are the cutest thing that she has ever seen. Anji, perhaps only its creators ever knew it, but I'm not the one. To speak a bit to you, Dragonborn, you have a mild case of severe skill issue. Aren't you? You weren't ready. You still aren't ready. But thanks to the blades, you now have questions that only Paarthurnax can answer. The Dragonborn, now feeling so attacked, despite knowing every word of power found in Skyrim and in source theme. Delphine, we're here for Alduin's wall, right? Esbern? Esbern and the Dragonborn. We are right in front of it, you dumb butch. Skyrim propaganda. Dawnstar is a perfect vacation spot for tourists. Top reviews include, I was awake the whole time. Anji, he lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege. Tomahawk chop is my dealt blow. Why do I hear boss music? Are you ever going to stop being rude to this one? Delphine, what? Something you're still confused about? Skyrim propaganda. No one ever talks about Balgruath the Lesser, and for good reason. Skyrim propaganda. Markarth is, in fact, not the safest city in the Reach. That honor goes to Reach Cliff Cave. Let's face it, one dead priest of Archay is a lot less bad than the rivers of blood and silver. Disclaimer, there is no city in Reach Cliff Cave. Sincerely, not an Amir occultist, I promise. When you get to a place called Philadelphia, and you start to vibe with a group of random strangers and Annie DeVito,